The numbers are in, and agency owners have once again been ranked one of the highest paying professions. I don't need to convince you that SMMA is an amazing business model, because if you're watching this video, you already know that. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what I would do if I was starting over today from complete scratch. Now, keep in mind, the industry and demand for social media marketing has absolutely exploded since we started our business in 2016. When we were first getting started on our agency journey, we were literally still trying to convince business owners that social media was a real thing and that they should take it seriously. Fast forward to today, and there are two types of consumer-facing businesses: those that take social media seriously and those that don't exist anymore. The social media marketing industry has become one and the same with the success of businesses. And because of this, our job as agency owners has gotten so much easier in so many ways. The biggest is that we no longer have to convince business owners that social media is important. They already understand it. The other thing is that a lot of these business owners now know that there is a high price tag associated with skills in this area. Put simply, retainers are going up, and significantly. I mean this deeply. There's really no other vehicle for digital entrepreneurship that will offer you as high an income and as consistent as an income as a retainer-based social media marketing agency. Really quick, before we jump into it, we have a massive announcement. Doors are currently open for a boot camp that we're running starting on the 6th of February. This is a 4-week-long cohort that is laser focused on going all in on your agency. It's a sprint consisting of 4 weekly mastermind calls, weekly assignments, and a private community with built-in accountability like leaderboards, incentives, and rewards. We haven't done one of these for the past 2 years, and we completely redid the entire structure to make it even more actionable and even more impactful. Tap the link in the pinned comment or in the description down below. We'll see you over there. The first thing that you need to do if you want to take your agency full-time in the next couple of months is you need to figure out the exact bare minimum income that you need to be making to quit your 9-to-5. I also recommend choosing a quit date. Before we jump into tactics here, I want you to do some quick napkin math with me. Get out a pen and paper, an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you, and start punching in some numbers. Add in your rent, your utilities, look at how much money you spend each month on things like food, incidentals, gas, car payment, insurance. Basically, what is the bare minimum sum total of your cost of living? Now add in some additional expenses for things that you might like to do on a regular basis. What I want you to get at here is I want you to get to the number that you need to be making every month and every year in order to sustain the current lifestyle that you're currently living. Derek and I did this exact exercise, and back in 2016, we did all the napkin math and we landed that each of us needed to be making $60,000. I cannot think of a better motivator to get out of the 9-to-5 rat race than actually knowing exactly what you need to be making to be able to quit your 9-to-5 for good. Getting visibility to this was really game changing for Derek and I, because it was actually so much less than we thought that it needed to be. Now we knew exactly what we needed to do. We put this number at the bottom of an Excel spreadsheet, and every single deal, every single opportunity that we had, we started tracking towards that number. The next thing that we did was we actually set a realistic target quit date. I recommend that you do the exact same thing. We landed our first client at the end of 2016, and once that happened, all bets were off. We set a quit date for 6 months later. We set a goal that we wanted to have in our savings account in case we ran into any issues, and I would highly recommend that you do the exact same thing. The second thing that you want to do is work your way through what we call the quick start checklist. Now that we know the financial amount that we need to be making with our agency and we have a target quit date, we can now get into the fun part and actually get to work. In our program, the SMMA Blueprint, we give this to you in an entire checklist form. We go over an entire video module on how to exactly to do exactly what I'm about to tell you in great detail. But today I'm going to give you the free Cliff Notes version so you can get the ball rolling and be on your way to agency success. First thing is you need to come up with a name for your agency. The second thing that you need is a domain, aka www.youragencyname.com or something similar. The third thing that you're going to need is a professional email address. This is crazy easy to set up. You can either set it up through O365 or through Google Workspace. The next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to actually register yourself according to your local tax laws. This means you're going to need to incorporate either as a sole proprietor or an LLC. Now, this is definitely not legal advice. Google this, do your own homework, make your own decisions based on your own personal tax situation. Sole proprietorship is basically free. LLC might cost you a couple $100s, but it's going to offer you more protections. The last thing that you're going to need is obviously a website. There's tons of great places where you can go and create websites for super cheap, or if you're interested, in the description down below, I'll give you a free one-click install website template that looks amazing and you can have set up in a couple of minutes, plus a free trial to the software that we use called Go High Level. With these 5 things, you can be in business, be completely legit, and be off to the races. The third thing that I recommend if you want to be able to leave your 9-to-5 in the next couple of months by taking your agency full time is getting your first case study, and I suggest offering a free trial to do this. So now that you have your name, you got your website set up, and you look legit, you're literally already 100 steps ahead of 99% of agency owners that are never going to launch their agency. Now, the next thing that you're probably asking yourself though is, how the heck am I going to be able to sell these services if I've never done anything like this before? For this, I recommend a simple strategy in order to get some expertise. We suggest offering a short, time-boxed free trial. This is going to be a simple campaign that you run for somebody, like a free giveaway campaign, a free lead gen campaign, something super simple. And you can do this either for somebody that you know or maybe somebody that you just reach out to. Something that we found to work incredibly well is just to show up in a free Facebook group that's super active and a lot of engagement from people that are in your target niche. Tell them that you're starting an agency, you're looking for your first couple of clients to build some social proof and to show people what you can do, and offer your services for free. They just pay for ad spend in exchange for a case study or a testimonial. You'll get a lot of businesses that start reaching out to you or start commenting on your posts that you can start a dialogue with. And at the end of this, you'll have an organization that you can say that you worked with to have social proof when you can actually go and get your first paying client. Now, you might be asking yourself, what if I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to delivering results? And we're going to talk about that in just a second. The fourth thing that you need to do if you actually want to be able to leave your 9-to-5 job and take your agency full-time this year is to get consistent with your outreach. If you watched our video that we recently uploaded to our channel on some of the biggest mistakes that we see brand new agency owners make, this is it right here. They send a few emails, they send a few direct messages through some platform, and either bop around between them too frequently, or they don't hear back from the first couple of people that they reach out to, and they just scratch it all together. Put simply, they never actually do enough outreach for long enough to see any type of results. Derek and I were successful because we did this. Every single day when we were launching our agency for the first couple of months, we each sent 50 manual emails each. This means that every single day there was 100 lures in the water fishing for clients. This meant that every week we had contacted 700 businesses. Every month, we had contacted close to 3,000 net new businesses. What do you think happened? Over time, it started to work, and quickly. We landed our first client paying us almost $3,000 per month, literally 2 weeks after starting our agency. In 6 months, we were able to quit our jobs, replace our 9-to-5 income, get back to our 6-figure salaries, but this time we weren't doing it for somebody else, we were doing it for our own agency. I 100% attribute this success, the motivation to get those emails out every day, to what I talked about earlier and having that direction with our agency. We knew exactly what number we needed to hit, and we knew what we needed to do it by. So that was highly motivating when it was time to be consistent with our outreach. If you want the exact cold email scripts that we used when we were first getting started, I'll link to those in the description down below. You can have those completely for free. The last thing that you need to understand and do this year is you need to understand fulfillment. And by this, I mean delivering results for clients with the services that you actually provide. If you want to be successful with your agency, you need to make your clients successful first. We're in a client service business, and the clients are happy, we're happy. Unfortunately, all the tactics involved in delivering services are obviously, as you can imagine, far more complicated than I can deliver in one single YouTube video here. But here are some places where you can start getting educated on the things that you need to know right now. Go work on the things that I talked about earlier in this video, and then go and start watching the other pieces of content that I'm about to tell you about. A great place to get started is our video on how to deliver results for fitness clients. This is a great beginner niche with a really simple strategy that you can get started with right away. This is as basic as it comes. It's really easy to deliver results in this industry, and it's a great place for beginners to get started. Another great video to watch would be the video that I recently posted on how to deliver results for the roofing industry. This is a great local service business strategy, and you can build and deploy this very, very quickly. You can also use this exact strategy for any other type of local service business, like plumbers, electricians, contractors, you name it. Finally, another great video to watch after this would be this one right here, which I recommend that you get started with right away, where Derek walks you through start to finish exactly what you need to do to get your agency up and running step by step.